Hi, do you want to be more creative? Do you want to know the 3 creativity lessons that FedEx, the global logistics company, is teaching us? If yes, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Dixon, and today I want to share with you the 3 creativity lessons that FedEx is teaching us. And why understanding this is important, because in the future, your creativity is increasingly more important, because that's the area that you can differentiate from the robots and machines. It is about your creativity. Now, what are the 3 stories or 3 creativity lessons that we can learn from FedEx? Let me go through it one by one. The first thing I want to share with you is you can look at the FedEx logo right now. Okay, so I put it up here. So you take a look of the logo. What can you see? What can you observe? For most people, what you can see is, you can see that it is made up of 2 types of color, the purple color and the orange color. So what else? Look closer, what can you see? For most people, they will only be able to see the FedEx logo. Now, if I ask you to look at the other side, or the not so obvious side of the logo, if you focus on the white color background, what will you see? Okay, now what we will see right now is you will be able to see there's actually a small white color arrow side between the letter E and letter X. Can you see that? Exactly. Okay, that's the first learning point about creativity, is we have to look at the other side of the coin, and we have to look at the not so obvious side of the story. Okay, so that's the first creativity learning point. Okay, look at the other side, look at the not so obvious side. The second point we can learn from FedEx is we have to be bold, and we have to be bold to do something. So let me share with you a story. There was this FedEx truck driver. His job was to drive the truck around the local community to go to different points of collection. So at all these points of collection, there's actually a FedEx pickup boxes rooted to the ground, where the customers can actually bring in the parcels and drop it into these pickup boxes. And one day, this truck driver was given the wrong key to one of these pickup boxes. Now, he could have just skipped that stop and go to the next location, or he could have call someone for some external help, but that's gonna take long time. So this FedEx truck driver used his creativity and actually managed to grab some tools and actually uproot the entire delivery box from the ground and load it to the truck and send it back to the FedEx headquarters, so that the customer at that location won't miss the deadline for shipment. Okay. So that story teaches us, in order to be creative, we have to be bold, and we have to be resourceful, and we have to do something. So that's the second learning point. The third learning point is, even if you have creative idea, you need to know how to sell your creative idea for buy-in. That means you got to sell your creative ideas for buy-in. So let me share with you a story. Okay, there was this gentleman by the name of Joe Perrone. He was one of the district manager in FedEx New York. And one day he observed that there's a lot of FedEx trucks circulating around the New York City. And some of the FedEx trucks, they just park aside the pavement because the FedEx staff need to go up to the office building to collect parcels. And suddenly Joe got this idea. Why don't we turn all the trucks, all the FedEx trucks that are available on the street as a mini office or as a mini FedEx collection point? Because this will add tremendous value to the FedEx customer. So the FedEx customer can just walk along the pavement and just drop the parcels into one of these FedEx trucks. So the convenience it brings to the customers is, the customer no need to make a phone call or use the computer and arrange a pickup time for the FedEx guy to come up to the office to collect the parcel. And also the FedEx customer don't need to bring the parcel and walk all the way to the nearest FedEx office, which could be a few blocks down the road. So this is a brilliant idea. However, Joe also knows that in order to get all these different departments within FedEx to accept this creative idea, he got important work to do. He got to persuade and convince all the different departments like legal, logistics, marketing, finance, and so on and so forth to accept this creative idea. So what Joe has done was he went to all this department, just explain and listen for feedback. So instead of pushing this creative idea forcefully, he actually listened and understand different departments' concern. At the end of the day, he managed to make it, and this idea was adopted in FedEx. What can we learn from here is even if you have the best idea, even if you have the most creative idea, you got to know how to sell and how to communicate these ideas for buy-in in your organizations. So in summary, what are the 3 learning points that we can learn from FedEx in terms of creativity? Number 1, you got to look at the other side of the coin. Look at the not so obvious side of the coin. And number 2, be bold, do something. And number 3, you got to know how to sell your creative ideas for buy-in. So I hope this video sharing is something useful to you, and if you find this helpful and useful, feel free to share with your friends and colleagues, and also feel free to like, share, and comment below. Once again, this is Dickson, and thanks for watching.